ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
Brian Peters with you for this Weather Extreme video for Sunday, November the 23rd. And let's get right to a little graph of my temperature plot. And this is what happens when the clouds come in a little thicker and a little sooner than you expect. You can tell exactly what time those clouds came in when they came in the late afternoon and then stayed through the whole evening and into the early morning hours. That temperature just flatlined, and that can mean a busted forecast, and I don't think my morning low this morning was too good. Here is the Skycam for Birmingham, and we're looking out from the Compass Bank building, and you can see those clouds. Clouds down at Gulf Shores as well, although it looks like a few breaks I can see in there. And then looking over Tuscaloosa, where we'll be seeing the Iron Bowl next weekend, and there is a few clouds there too. Still relatively clear across the Tennessee River Valley. And if you are under some of those clouds, you might get a few sprinkles. Surface high pressure has now moved to our east, and that means that moisture should be returning ahead of the next system, which could give us some rain on Monday. We're still under a northwesterly flow aloft, and that northwesterly flow will be changing as that trough comes in through the north central United States and brings a cold front through the area on Monday. Temperatures moderating just a little bit. Notice it's in the lower 60s at this hour down across South Texas, but it's also relatively chilly with temperatures of below 20 across much of the Ohio River Valley and up into New England. Across central Alabama, you can see quite a difference between where the clouds are, which generally are, those locations are in the 40s. And then when you get away from those clouds across the Tennessee River Valley, you can see that we're in the upper 20s. So definitely a difference. And again, if you're under some of those clouds, the radar shows that you may see a few sprinkles, but not a great deal. Don't see this too often. The Storm Prediction Center's watch warning advisory map, and there's nothing out there. That is amazing with the width and breadth of this country. QPF-wise, we're looking at the possibility of some rain. Most of this rain coming in the next 5 days. This goes through Friday morning, and I think we got two shots, one Monday and one Friday and into early Saturday, and I think this represents most of the rain. And you remember yesterday they were forecasting nearly a half inch, and now it looks like it's back just a little bit more like a quarter to a half, and I think that that's probably right. The National Hurricane Center is watching a little area this morning in the southwestern Caribbean, and you can see that on the satellite image, but it's too close to land and not likely to produce any storms this late in the season, but it still is hurricane season. All right, here's the GFS 06Z model run, and here's our surface high today, and that will be advancing to the east, and as it does, we're going to see a nice trough aloft bring a cold front down into the central U.S. and across the southeastern U.S. on Monday, and you can see that reflection down below at the surface map. Here comes our front, and it looks like it's going to come through for central Alabama, say Birmingham area. Looks like probably in the afternoon hours, early to mid-afternoon, and it advances on through. Not especially cold situation. You can see the 540 line coming down to about Chattanooga. We stay under a northwesterly flow with the main trough to our east and another trough to our west, and then sort of a convoluted pattern off to the northwest of us, but that should keep us dry on Wednesday and on Thursday with Thanksgiving, and some moisture returning back to our west on Thanksgiving Day. Now we begin to get the eastern U.S. trough begins to get its act together on Friday, and that should be responsible for the development of a low pressure area, and that will bring us some rain chances, especially during the day Friday and into Friday night and early Saturday morning. The GFS is suggesting that the trough is going to sharpen up, leaving a trough back over and off the Pacific coast, the southwest U.S., off the California coast. But that should, by midday, drive the front through. So I think right now it looks like the Iron Bowl should be dry, but timing is going to be an issue for this. So, it's very close to the voodoo country. The trough sharpens up a bit on Sunday, and that will bring a good reinforcing shot of colder air that you can see over the Great Lakes And that will come our way as the trough continues to become a good long wave trough over the eastern half of the country. And then into Tuesday, it certainly sharpens up, and that definitely brings some really cold air. Look at that 540 line diving down south of Shreveport, down towards Baton Rouge. Now, as we get out into the longer range, we're under a real strong northwesterly flow with that deep trough over the eastern half of the country around Friday the 5th. And then by the end of the period, the pattern has moderated just a little bit. We don't see quite the amplitude, but we have some good short waves. You see one there over the Oklahoma and Texas panhandle, and that could be responsible for another possibility for some rain. So it certainly looks like the next few days and the next couple of weeks are going to be relatively active, but not any significant precipitation. Thanks for tuning in to the Weather Xtreme video. Hope that you have a great Sunday and enjoy the upcoming Thanksgiving week. Godspeed.